It's time for a happy hour with the Hombre. Hello and welcome to this episode. Excuse me, still have a little cough. Welcome to this episode of Happy Hour with the Hombre. Today I have a very special guest and I'm excited to share him and his tequila with you guys today. If you haven't had it, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it, especially if you're on my Q&As and you ask, hey, Hombre, what is your favorite Blanco? And my answer is always, my favorite 40 proof Blanco is Lalo Blanco. It is amazing, guys. So easy to drink. Such a beautiful representation of agave. It is my favorite. I can't stop ranting and raving about it. And today I get to share with you the maker, the creator, the man behind the brand. And I'm really excited about that. So please put your hands together. You can't really, because I can't hear you clapping here. And welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Lalo Gonzalez. Welcome, Lalo. I'm so happy you can make it with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark, for having me. It's a pleasure to be in your show. We talk about being being here probably 2 months ago, and then I just asked for you hey, can we wait a little bit more so that we can have more expansion on Texas and Colorado. So thank you for having me, and so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. I'm so glad you took time out of your busy schedule, touring the world, telling everybody about your beautiful tequila. And when we met and had lunch in Dallas, Texas, I really enjoyed hearing your story and we both sharing our passion for tequila together. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting you. Thank you.
So let's start things off by, a lot of people know this because I mentioned it in my video and stuff, that you are the grandson of the Don Julio.
That's correct. Yeah.
So just, I'm sure there's a lot of people here that know Don Julio. Tell us this background behind him and creating the brand and what it was like growing up as the grandson of Don Julio.
It's funny. People ask me this question, if how does it feel, to be, part of this family. But for me, it was natural because it was my grandfather. I used to have lunch with him every single Friday. So for me, it was natural. Probably when I figured out how big the story and how big my grandfather was. Unfortunately, it was when he passed away. It was a big deal when he passed away in 2012. And when I saw the newspapers and all the buzz in Twitter, and I was like, oh my God, he was a big deal, I loved and honored what he did in the industry since I started to figure out what my family was do for a living. But I realized how big this was until he passed away. And then when I started to travel to the US to tell my story and for my first meetings or business wise meetings in the US, when I was telling the people my story, they were like, are you really the grandson of Don Julio? And I was like, yeah. And some of the people, they didn't believe me. So I was carrying a picture of me, my dad, and my grandfather in the agave fields. And I was showing them the picture, hey, this is my grandfather, this is my father, and this is me in the agave fields. And they were like, oh my God, this is so cool. So I have a bar that is super high, and I'm just trying, to honor them both, the memory of my father and my grandfather, with Lalo, and
And Lalo was the name your grandfather used to call you, right? That was his nickname that he had for
yeah,
you.
yeah, that was the way he used to call me, Lalo or Lalois, both. But yeah, it's kind of the way, I'm just trying to honor his memory and do something to make them proud.
Well, I'm sure
So yeah,
you're making him really proud. Really.
yeah, thank you.
So talking about making people proud and stuff, I know you've probably been watching what Don Julio has been doing, and how it's been progressing. What do you think about, the way it's transformed from when your grandfather and your father were making it to where it is now?
Um, for me, it's hard because it's part of my family, and it's the name of my grandfather in a bottle. So it's hard for me to see that probably they are not that this has became like this became into a mass production product, and that obviously they are selling a lot, and they can't keep, with the production process. And this is my guess, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I will never speak bad things about other products, even if they are diffuser products, even if they have additives. Like, I'm super respectful with other brands, because I know the work that is behind, that those bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So what I will say is that it's a shame that now we have products that don't respect the agave. Like, the main mantra and the main idea of Lalo is to honor the agave. That's the reason why we only have a blanco. So seeing this manipulated process, not only in Don Julio but in other brands, it's a shame. But I'm just, my wish is that they do great, and that they keep spreading the word of my grandfather, because he's a hero for me. So yeah, those are my my thoughts about the Don Julio brand.
Okay, well, very good. Now, so I know, when did you start producing the Lalo brand? Did you do that while your father was still alive? Was he helping you with it when you first decided to come up with it? And
It's a funny story, because I'm actually let me tell you this story, because um, I started Lalo like 5 years ago, like just putting together my ideas with David, my business partner,
Mhm.
and I started like you started with the design of the bottle. Like, I knew that the tequila would be good. So we started, the design of the bottle, the entire uh, like branding and the label and everything, and I just put together a PowerPoint presentation. And my dad was in my house here in Guadalajara, because he was living at the family ranch at that time, and he was here, and I asked him, like, hey, can you come upstairs? I want to show you something that I've been working on. And he was like, okay. Like I didn't tell him like that this was part of my project. Like, I told him, I want to show you something, and I want to know your thoughts. So I showed the PowerPoint presentation and everything, and at the end he was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like like who made this? And I told him, like, well, it's my tequila. And he was like, it's really your brand? I was like, yeah, it is my brand. And it's so funny, because he immediately told me, Lalo, like, that I only can help you to one point, because I have a tequila brand that is in Mexico, that it's called Reserva de los Gonzalez. And I told him that, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm just, I just want to know what are your thoughts on this. And he told me, like, I think that this is great. I will support you. and keep it going. This is a super hard business, so put your best on it, and always honor the agave. And I was like, okay, thank you. And yeah, I just continue with developing the brand. He when we were about or when we just were about to start doing some tweaks on the bottle and some adaptations for the U.S. market, he passed away.
Mm.
So yeah, for me it was like a revelation, and I always say this, like, that encouraged me even more, to continue the legacy and the story of both my grandfather and my father. So yeah, it was cool for me because he saw something about Lalo, but not all of it. So obviously, like, I was like, oh my god, if I have just one wish, I will, like, just I want to see the face of my father now that we have a brand that it's doing well in the market, and that people is liking it. That will be my wish.
Oh, that's great. So, it started out when you first started making it, as if I'm correct, it was something you just shared amongst your family at first, right? It wasn't something that
Yeah,
was.
yeah, because we didn't have any, like, a lot of money, and we wanted to prove ourselves first in our hometown. We started, and also, like, uh, parallel story. In Mexico, we have a very strict process to get into the liquor industry. So we were into this process of starting there, but David and me, we just thought that it was better to start just in as a private batch, because we wanted to prove ourselves first with the people that that loves us, and that they will tell us, like, hey, this is not good, like, you have to do something. So we started in dinner parties, we started in small weddings, and at some point, a good friend of both of us, she called us and told us, like, she told us, like, hey, I will have this big wedding. It's kind of like a 700 people wedding in Guadalajara, and I want your tequila there. And we were like, this is a big sale. But on the other hand, it was like, oh my god, but people will be very excited first because this is like a new tequila. People will be excited because it's a wedding, obviously, and it's a big wedding, and they will drink a lot. So we were, like, super concerned about the hangover of the like, if the people gets hangover, then we're screwed, but because then they will think that our tequila is not good.
You don't get
uh
hangovers from good tequila.
yeah,
Come on.
well, actually, the good thing was, like, we were super concerned. So we served Lalo at the wedding, and the next day we had, like, probably David had like 10 calls, and me, like, text messages and calls as well. And they were like, oh my god, like, I feel perfect, like. And we started, like, to be more like a famous tequila in the private parties side, in Guadalajara. So that was like the launch of our brand. And I met our third partner there, Jim McDermott. He's from Austin, and he was amazed for what was happening there, and he asked me, like, Lalo, is it normal that the grandma of the bride and the girls are drinking, like, straight from the bottle? And I was like, well, it's a Mexican wedding, so it's kind of crazy. But then if the tequila is good, it's normal. So at that point he said, Lalo, you have a great product, you have a great story to tell. If you need any help in the US market, even as a translator, like, I can help you guys. to bring this amazing story and this amazing product to the US.
That's awesome. Well, one thing I've learned from all my trips to Mexico is that the people in Mexico like three things. They love good music to dance to, good
Yeah,
food, and good tequila.
yeah, yeah. We're spoiled.
And so it's never a dull moment when you go to
Yeah,
Mexico. I love the people there, and I love enjoying their culture and stuff. It's just amazing.
it's
So
beautiful.
I
It's
can see
beautiful.
people drinking from and just dancing and having a great time and celebrating, and
Yeah,
they do it in
that
grand style.
yeah, that's how a wedding looks like in Mexico. So yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your process. And I know people are going to ask, are you planning on doing any aged expressions? And I know that the answer is no. Can you talk a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, on our process, when we were taking the decision of how of the agave first, we took the decision to only harvest or pick agaves from the highlands of Jalisco, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the highlands is better than the lowlands or the valley. Lowlands, it's not a correct way to say that. The valley and the highlands. So it was just like because we wanted to support the people in the highlands because my family is from the highlands and my grandfather was from there, and also because of the flavor profile that we wanted to achieve with Lalo. We wanted this fruitiness and this sweetness that comes from the highland agave. So we chose the Highland agave, and I actually have this checklist that my grandfather used to use to pick up the agave with minimum requirements of sugar content, how many centimeters to shave, from the penca, and to leave on the agave, and also the weight, the minimum weight or the average weight of each piña.
Do you guys grow your
So
own, or do you seek it out from local farmers?
we seek it out from local farmers, but the interesting thing about what we do is that we harvest, and we have like um, we'll say like a mother company from an agave. It's an agave company that is like the mother of smaller farmers. And the good thing about the mother company is that they have a socially responsible company badge, which the Mexican government gives them if they take care of they have to fulfill some, requirements. So they need to take care of the people, the environment, and the suppliers. Let me just turn on the lights because I'm super, dark now. Sorry.
It's getting dark there in
Yeah,
Mexico
it's
City.
getting dark in Guadalajara. And yeah, in
Oh,
my
you're in
house.
Guadalajara. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, this big farmer takes care of smaller ones. So buying from them, we're sure that the people, it's it's a fair trade between both companies, and they take care of the environment as well. They do all the process of resting the land when they harvest and planting a different crop for 1 or 2 years. So we like in summary, we're using agaves from the highlands, and also I wanted to continue with the same production process that my family used to use in the past with stone ovens. So we are using this slow cooking process to
How long do
get
you cook
this
them
perfect.
for?
So it depends on the temperature and the resting that we are doing when we cut the steam. But in average, it's like 20 to 26 hour of steam,
Okay.
and then we will let them rest for 20 more hours or 24 more hours, so that we can cool down, the oven.
Yeah.
So stone ovens, and then for the milling process, we are using roller mills, which is kind of it's not the traditional one, but It's from the more traditional one is the one that follows, So and we used to use those in those ones in Don Julio as well. And then on the fermentation process, um, I had this idea because when I was hanging out around the distillery, I was like a little child. So I was not able to drink,
Yeah.
but I was able to taste the cooked agave. And I don't know if I obviously I know that
Oh
taste it,
yeah.
right?
It's
Okay, so
candy.
it's candy. It's
Yeah.
so sweet, has this buttery sweet potato,
Molasses.
banana,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So
Yeah.
I was just like, as soon as I remember when I was just like getting to the distillery, I was just going to the ovens to pick some cooked agave and start chewing. And my father was like, "Hey, be careful because that's not good for you if you do a lot of it."
Yeah, don't
So
swallow it too.
yeah, so so at some point, I was thinking about this beautiful flavor, like in the old days, and I thought to myself, like, "Hey, I want to take this flavor of the cooked agave and the sweetness into a bottle. I will do it. It's no matter, like, I don't know when, but I will do it." So so this fruitiness of the Highland agave, we wanted to enlighten it with something, and no additives, obviously. So we bought a yeast from Champagne, and then we brought it here to Mexico, and we made a cross of a tequila yeast and a Champagne yeast, of a native tequila yeast from the distillery. So we took some samples of mosto, and we
Culture
made
some
this
yeast from
cross.
it.
Yeah. So we
Nice.
made this cross to enlight or highlight the fruitiness of the Highland agave. So for our fermentation process, we are using this proprietary champagne yeast in open air tanks. So we have these yeasts that are living in the distillery, and they are helping us with the process of the fermentation. And I think that the yeast is very, very important for the final flavor profile that you want to achieve.
So are you doing a
So
closed fermentation or open air fermentation?
no, open air fermentation.
And you're still just using your proprietary champagne yeast as well
Yes,
as using
that's
what's
correct.
natively available in the air.
Yeah, and that
Interesting.
depends obviously, like on the season, on the temperature. The temperature affects obviously the time of the ferment, like how much it takes to finish the fermentation process.
Quickly.
I
Yeah.
will say that we have an average of from 6 to 7 days to achieve a complete fermentation process. And we are using also, and I always talk about balance on a product. So we are using deep well water, and we have from this deep well water the minerality that comes from the uh, earth, but also we have the fruitiness from our yeast, and we have the peppery finish from the blanco that you have to have that. So it's kind of I will say that Lalo, it's a well balanced product. And then as soon as we finish our fermentation process, we do a twice distillation process, and we have a bigger fermentation distillation tanks, sorry, pots, uh, for the first distillation, and then for the second one we use smaller ones with copper coil on the inside, both stainless steel pot fermentation tanks.
Okay. And then you you distill it using a copper pot still or stainless steel
It's
with
a
copper coils.
it's copper coil on the inside.
Okay.
So yeah, we're using a copper coil on the inside, and then as soon as we finish our distillation process, we dilute it, to the desired ABV. We oxygenate it, we chill it, and then we do a filtration process with paper filters, because we want to get rid of some of the grease, some of the fatty substances that comes from the distillation process. Not all of them, because that will give you body to your product, but
Right.
some of them that probably, like in lower temperatures, you will start to find sediments. I'm saying that it's not bad to have that, but people probably will say like, hey, you're having, this is not a well-made tequila because you're having, sediments, and it's hard to explain them. So in order to keep the integrity of our product, we're using the paper filtration.
Yeah, we still get people too that are in the colder climates here in the U.S. That complain occasionally about seeing floaties in their
Yeah,
tequila, not understanding that that's lipid acids or lipids that coagulate together when it gets cold, and
yeah,
looks like floaties in there, but it's completely natural. And if you put your tequila in your room and get it back to room temperature and shake it, all those will disappear. So
yeah.
that's just a sign that you're dealing with a really natural, well-made tequila. It's nothing wrong with it at all.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, so people are already commenting about where it's available. It is available in Texas, and it's available in Colorado now. And you said I asked you earlier about what stores in Colorado, and you said you would text me or PM me that information.
Yeah.
So I'll get to you guys that information later.
Yeah, in Colorado, we're not in Denver yet, but we are in Aspen and Vail.
Okay.
Texas, we started in Austin. So in Austin, we're well spread there. Then our second market in Texas was San Antonio. So we're well spread in San Antonio as well. Dallas, we started pushing in Dallas in November 2020. And Houston, we just hired an amazing rep there, and he will start this next week. So we will start in Houston as well. Popping places. I've been in all over Texas, working and telling my story. So yeah, our markets in Colorado, it's now Aspen and Vail, but we are super excited because we're working on our expansion. And I have to say this because people ask me like, why you just don't throw your product to all the US? But like, first of all, we want to to control our production process, and we don't want to do just to throw it to a lot because we know that we have a very good story, we have a cool bottle, and probably people will buy it. But the most important thing is inside the bottle. So we just want to take care of that. And also, which is very important, also, we want to control the story as much as we can. So like, we don't want, to let, the people that doesn't know the story to tell the story. So we are like kind of like an old-fashioned in the marketing, side, telling our story. We believe that the word of mouth is very important. My father taught me that, like, he was traveling all around the US telling the story of Don Julio when we were part of the company. So I was like, at some point, I was able, to go with him, and I was just sitting there, just watching his thing. And see, he told me like the most important thing is you to stand in front of the people and tell your story, because the story is something that you can't buy. You have it or you don't have it,
Well,
so
and
yeah,
when people buy a product too, they also understand they're buying the man behind the product. So them being able to meet you, I mean, is and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that you're here, because I had the chance to meet you, have lunch with you in Dallas when I was there, and I thought we had a really good time. And enjoyed sharing the passion. Now, you talked about word of mouth being important too. That's how I heard about you, was word of mouth from some of my friends in Texas that are like, hey, have you heard about this Lalo Tequila? And I'm like, no. So like, you should try to get some. And then a friend of mine was like, hey, they took a picture of a shelf and said, I'm thinking about this tequila here. And I go, is that Lalo next to it? I said, can you grab a bottle of that Lalo and send it to me? And so he's like, sure, should I get that one? I said, I've heard great things about it. So he got it too. And then he sent it to me. I made him the sponsor because he didn't make me pay for it, which was very nice. I made him the sponsor of my interview. What's that?
Barry?
Barry, yes, Barry. Yeah. And then he sent me the bottle. And then I did the interview or the review of it.
The review, yeah.
And it went crazy because people were always asking me about this Lalo Tequila. I think we're like 2,000 plus views on it. And that's great because the one thing that I think that's really bad about your tequila, and I'm straight honest about this, I think you need this feedback, is that these bottles get empty way too fast.
They have a hole. They have a hole here.
Yeah. You open it. I mean, seriously, you open it and you start drinking it. And next thing you know, half the bottle is gone.
No, Mark, like, I can't thank you enough. And I always tell you this. It's these things that happen, you will never forget. And I will never forget, the support. And I was almost crying when I was looking at when I first looked at the review that you did, because it's not easy. I'm 31 years old. Mm-hmm. My business partner is 31 as well. Jim, it's 40. So we're young people trying to do or to change something on the tequila industry, or to bring something cool in the tequila industry. So building like our product, designing it and manufacturing alongside the people. Like I will tell you, like when we are labeling or bottling, like and I'm there, like I'm helping them. I'm just one more in the distillery and in the in the production process. So it's not easy to do that and then ship your product into the US and get people to like it and to talk about it. And the most hard part of it is the people that loves tequila and that are aficionados, that they talk about your product. And the restaurant staffs, the staff, like the bartenders, and making all this buzz about your brand, it's not easy. So it's really meaningful, Mark. Like it's for me, I'm just enjoying every single minute in this business. It's for me, it's just a bless, that I can be here with you. And when I'm telling my story in front of the people, like it's just amazing to see their reaction, and it gives you more energy to keep it up and to spread your word. And always like just the same way my father told me, like honor the agave and respect the agave. So we're trying to do that.
Well, I have to say that when I did the review, I hunted you down on Facebook. Tried to verify that it was you. I sent you the link to the review, and I said, fantastic tequila, thank you. And then you responded. And then one thing that really touched me, and I really really appreciate, is I invited you to my group Tequila Talk on Facebook, and you came and joined the group. And when people post about your tequila and ask questions, you always come on, you answer their questions, and you thank them for enjoying your tequila. And I get PM saying, holy, is that really him? Oh yeah,
it's funny. It's funny.
Lalo.
And I'm always connected. I always try to be, connected and answering people questions and everything, because you have been a fan and a aficionado of tequila like from long time ago.
Right.
So, and I can see like on your back, you have probably more than 100 bottles there.
Yes.
So, so like
I got
it's
480 bottles was the last count, just so you know.
okay. So yeah, a little bit more. So so it's not easy, you know, um to have the approval of the, you know, the consumer, because they have a lot of choices out there, and it's great for the consumer because they have a lot of choices, and because they have a lot of choices, you all, like for example us, we're focused on always doing our best because there's a lot of competition out there. So every single time that I see people that is posting about Lalo, or that they have questions about our brand, or that they are enjoying Lalo, like I thank them, because it's not easy to, you know, to be on a shelf, or to be on a back bar in a house, or to be, you know, in a restaurant or a bar. So that's the reason why I always, like, I'm very thankful with the people that that drinks our product, and that appreciates, you know, our product, and appreciates not only our product but the well made tequilas, even if they're like from the highlands, or from the valley, or from anywhere, but the well made tequilas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we tried to really accent and stuff on the new site that I launched, Ferment and Still. It's all small brands that don't get the exposure, you know, that the big brands do. You can't come on our site and buy a bad brand of tequila.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward, and I've been bugging you, and I'm going to keep bugging you
Yeah.
until we get Lalo on it. And you promised me that as soon as it comes into California, we're going to be the first people to get it.
Yeah, yeah. Like we are working on our
If I have to
expansion into
camp out in
California.
front of Young's RNDC to make sure when that pallet rolls into the distribution center that I get my cases, I'm going to be there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark. Like it's really meaningful. Like, yeah, we're working on our expansion into California as we speak, and many other, you know, markets. The way we the way we are launching Lalo, it's not in cities, it's like markets, because we are very focused on where we want to grow, and then start spreading from there, because it's easier to control, you know, your brand. So as soon as we are available in California, I will let you know in advance. So so yeah, so that you can, you know, you can carry it in on Ferment and Still as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And then you have a new product that you want to announce to everybody here today while we got you talking
Well,
about you.
it's the same juice, but we're about to launch in a couple of months our 375, or
Oh, great. So instead of having half a bottle left, you'll have nothing left.
yeah. Yeah. So
good way to get people to buy bottles there, Lalo.
yeah, we're having like now the 750s, the 375s, and the 50 mls also coming.
Ooh.
So so yeah, we're excited. Like I don't know if I explained this, but and you always ask me, like when we just met, you asked me like, hey Lalo, you're doing a reposado, an añejo, or an extrañejo. And I believe that in this industry, you need to have a purpose, and in every single business, like a purpose. And our purpose, it's to honor the agave. And don't get me wrong, I respect and I love the other brands that have other SKUs as reposados, añejos, or extrañejos. But we believe that the aging process happens on the agave fields, and I believe from the same thing that my father was like, hey, honor the agave, and I was like, well, how can I honor my father and my grandfather not only by doing a tequila, but I want to honor them and go further, and I will honor the agave always. So we believe it's not fair for the plant that the agave stays there 6 or 7 years waiting to be harvested, and then you mask the flavor
Sometimes
with
8, right?
barrels.
Sometimes 8 to 10
Some
years. Yeah.
8 to 10 years. Um, um, so we believe like it's not fair like to mask or hide the agave flavor with barrels or additives. The reposado, it's not really that aged. Like it's just months on a
Yeah.
barrel.
Yeah.
And the añejo now, like many companies are having big issues with the añejos and the extra añejos because the demand is there obviously, but they can't keep with their product. So our thing is that we just don't want to deny our product. And
Well, there's a big misconception out there, and I keep trying to clear this up with people that blancos are for mixing, and that the aged spirits, because they're more expensive, are more luxurious
no,
and are the ones that you want to get into. And that's not true, because the blanco is the lifeblood of your whole brand. And I
yeah,
tell people this: when you start with a brand, you start with the blanco.
yeah,
And if you sip the blanco and you really like the blanco, then okay, you can try the reposado and see how a barrel can affect the blanco. But the
yeah,
blanco is going to be the lifeblood. It's the passion. It's where all the love and everything is in it. And the fact that you honor the agave by just doing a blanco, I appreciate even more, because
yeah.
it doesn't seem like you're just trying to squeeze more money out of people by trying to offer more aged expressions and stuff.
Yeah, people ask me like, and they were like telling us like, hey, like you will lose shelf space. Like you will only have one opportunity to get seen by the consumer because you only have one SKU.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if that's the reason, to have more SKUs, I think it's not worth it. So I respect, like, don't get me wrong, I respect the people that loves aged products, but we are focused, and because we don't have a lot of more SKUs, and we don't waste or we don't invest money on having more SKUs. We are focused on just one product, and to
Well, I consider this
it's
more of an aficionado's tequila.
yeah,
Somebody that appreciates agave, somebody that's not going to do lime and salt on a shot, somebody that wants to sip something and really be taken for a journey and experience, because that's what this tequila does. And
thank you.
that's why I say, here I am, I just opened this bottle today before, and I'm like getting close to halfway through already.
Yeah,
And
the
every
good thing
time I do
about
that, I go,
Lalo,
damn you, Lalo. Because now I got to try to find another bottle, and I'm in California.
I'll take care of you. No worries.
I appreciate it.
The good thing about Lalo is that it's just a simple name. Even if you take 5 or 6 or 7 Lalos, you will be able to say Lalo, Lalo, probably
And no pretty
Lalo.
labels, no pretty bottles, just basic. You let the agave and the juice inside do the talking, and that's
Yeah,
all that anybody wants.
yeah. It's so funny because David, my business partner, with like his background, he started working for Herradura on the marketing and PR
Mhm.
side when he was 15 years old. He was not even able to work, legally work, and he was always into the marketing and PR for tequilas. He moved to Cuervo, and when Cuervo owned Don Julio, he reached out to me and told me like, Lalo, I'm working for Don Julio, the company, and I want to know more stories about your family because we're about to launch a new product. So we started to have these conversations, and when we decided to do Lalo, and when we were like, hey, like, what, like, what will be like your ideal packaging for Lalo, since we're an honest product, just a blanco. And he was like, he's a mastermind on the marketing and the branding side, and he was like, hey, let's just not put additional packaging to our bottle, because, and he's funny because he always tells this, people will not be able to eat or drink the case. So just put the bottle as it is, simple, honest, elegant, timeless, and because the packaging matters. We talk about everything. We talk about the three pillars of a brand, which is the product itself, the juice, the packaging, and the story. If you have one out of three, you can have a chance. If you have two out of three, you have a great chance of success. But if you have three out of three, you have an unicorn. So I think it's kind of having consistency on the product, having a great story, having a great packaging, and having the most important thing, the juice, which is important, very, very important.
I believe I agree 100%. All right, so we're 45 minutes into this episode. I think we should start opening it up for some comments and questions from some of our viewers, and let them see some things. I've been watching them come in here periodically, and I did see Jim McDermott here on, and he just, he says he's so proud of now.
Oh, my business partner, I love him.
Was Jim the guy that I met in Dallas?
No, he was Eric.
Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, he's amazing.
I haven't met Jim, but I look forward to it someday. Hopefully.
Yeah. At some point we should get together.
All right. So, bend over. Love the name. He claps his hands. That's the hand applause there. You also want to know if it's sold everywhere. It is. If you buy it online, you can buy it at lalospirits.com. And if you buy two, shipping's free. And it comes very quickly. I know I'll have to put my order in because I have half a bottle now, practically. This bottle.
I'll take care of you, Mark. No worries.
Not that I'm begging or anything. I don't mind paying for it. Seriously.
No. You deserve.
I bought two bottles for that week I was in Dallas, and I went through 1.5 of them. So, but they wouldn't let me on the plane with the other half. So I can't dump this down the drain, or what am I going to do?
Let's drink it.
So I tried to drink as much as I could before I got on the plane. I was trashed. I slept all the way home, so it was great.
That's awesome.
Cliff wanted to say, I think your father and grandfather are very proud of you. I agree. I believe they are too.
Thank you.
There's nothing to not be proud of.
Yeah.
Only distributed
it has been an amazing journey. Yeah.
Would use of champagne yeast no, it wouldn't cause hangovers. It has to do
with that will not
cause too much ethanol and temperature and stuff like that.
The temperature, also the things that cause you the hangover will be probably the methanol on the tails, and also the superior alcohols also.
Yes. Now, guys, if you have a question to ask, make sure you put a capital Q in front of your question. That way I can easily pick out the questions and we can get those on. I've got it to ship. Connecticut. Bonnie, I know, is a big fan. She's tried it. I recommended it to her, and she said that she loves it, so that's good.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you.
Yes, buy two, get free shipping. That's exactly true. Same day to California is not happening right now, Ben. But as soon as they get to California, I will let you know. I know who you are, and I will let you know.
Yeah. We're working on that. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's something where if you're in the United States, you're going to have to figure out on your own and do in the backwoods in Mississippi or Alabama or something, because it's called moonshining, because distillation of your own beverages in the United States is illegal. It's a federal offense, and we're not allowed to do it. So putting that on a public forum is probably something you don't want to do. CSPIL 99, because the TTB may be watching, and we'll figure out who you are and where you're hiding. So I have the best viewers. Distillation and copper used to be important. It is. You want to explain why copper is very important in the distillation process?
It's important because it lets you out the, I don't know how to say in English, but it's sulfur It
It's
can
a chemical reaction. Is what
helps you with the with the sulfur to catch it with the copper. The life of the copper pots it's less than the stainless steel. That's the reason why many people use stainless steel. The most important, if you're using two different of pots, like probably like if you have the stainless steel and you have the copper, it's better to use on the first distillation the stainless steel, and on the second one with a smaller pot, the copper one. It's important for that. And yeah, we're using a copper coil on the inside for our first and second distillation.
Yeah, the reason why copper works so good with distillation is because it actually will react with the sulfates and sulfites, and it actually causes them to bind to it. And if you've ever seen copper coming out of a still after you're done with your distillation, it's like covered in black gook stuff that you just need to kind of clean off.
You have to clean it up. Yeah, and that's an over another process that you have to use. So that probably many companies are like, I will not waste, or invest more money into cleaning it up. So yeah, it's better for the process.
We like to call them the nasties. That's what we call them. We call them the
nasties. Yeah.
I have a friend who owns a distillery. Actually, he's a brewery company, but he has a small distillery there where he does stuff, and he's licensed. And we've played with his column still, and we always have to clean out all the copper from inside of it and clean all the nasties off. It's kind of gross stuff. I wish that Lalo Tequila, yeah, he wishes he was at your wedding too. We all wish we were helping with Lalo at your wedding. So
we were born in weddings in Guadalajara, so it's meaningful for us, the weddings.
Well, there's celebrations, and you need a good spirit to celebrate with. So there's none better as far as Blancos go at 40% than Lalo. And I know somebody's going to ask in here, is there going to be a high proof Lalo version? And I know it's something that I've been bugging you about.
Yeah.
So
if at some point we decide to do another SKU, that will be probably a high proof Blanco, or just playing with whether the yeast or the cooking process. But like, we will keep our product as a Blanco only.
All I know is that when I come to visit you later this year, and you have your new distillery that you're building.
We're working on that. We have, I can't tell you just yet what we're working on, but we're working in something very cool now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've got my first shot. I need to get the second one, and then I'm cleared after like 2 weeks, I think. And then I'm going to be setting up my trip to Mexico. And all I know is that when I come visit you, we're going to hang out. We're going to have good food.
We will.
We're going to have good music. And I want to taste some coming out of the still.
That's my promise to you. And I will make that happen for sure.
And you will be my hero. Seriously. And by the way, my wife wanted me to make sure I said to you, hello, and that she really enjoyed meeting you when we were in Dallas, and that that she says hello and thank you for doing this for me. Because
thank you so much.
I need all the help I can get.
you guys are family, so thank you.
We consider you part of our family as well.
Thank you.
You know that.
Thank you so much.
You ever come to California, you've got people here that'll help you. So
thank you. And here in Guadalajara, you have your home here.
Cliff wanted to know if Ferment and Still is going to get Lalo, and yeah, I already addressed that earlier. I better.
Yeah. As soon as we get to California, we'll let you know, and we can work on that as well.
The first.
Yeah, you will be the first.
Pop up on some other website or with some other store. I better be the first.
I'll let you know.
Have you thought of releasing? There you go. See, I knew it was going to come up. Did I not call that?
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
Abel, dude.
Yeah. If at some point we do another SKU, we will do a high proof Blanco.
All right. So Robert's a little upset because he's in Colorado Springs, And he says, you're in
Okay.
Aspen and Vale. You're just for the rich folks.
No, there's a reason for that. Many people from Austin travels in the summer to Aspen, so it's a thing. So Aspen was like the the go-to market to start building our brand there. I will start traveling to Colorado soon, but we will be working in every single market in Colorado as well. So I just need some patience, because it's hard to build a brand the way we are doing it, because we stand in front of people to tell our story. So it's takes time, but we will do it.
So there you go, Robert. No reason to be nasty or a hater. It's coming to you. You'll get
coming.
it. Just wait your turn. The rich
It's
people
coming.
get it first.
No.
I'm joking. All right, Jose Ontiveros, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hey, no problem that you're late. We understand you're still working. He wanted to jump on and say, I love Lalo Tequila and the man. He appreciates the comments on the media posts, and it means a lot. And he questions, where are the aged expressions? And we already went over that we're trying to honor the agave here.
Yeah.
Not the barrel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. I love, brands that do aged expressions. We're just in a way of being and having this, I will say, our commitment and our I missed the word, sorry, but it's just a way of honoring my grandfather and my father.
Which we think you really accomplished that. I mean, it's.
Thank you.
If this was to honor me, I would be like completely flabbergasted and like.
Thank you.
I probably
Thank
would
you so
blush
much.
and go, "Oh, Lalo, thank you so much."
Thank you.
All right. So Cliff says that when did you realize you had a great product, and did you just taste it and then go, "Oh yeah"?
I was when we tasted together, like the three of us as business partners, we were like, okay, we have a great product now. We have great people that help us on the process, like all the distillery guys and the bottling and the labeling and everything. When we saw the final product and we tasted, we were like, okay, this is good to go to the market. So yeah, we're pretty excited, and I'm very humble with what we have here. So thank you for the support and the good vibes, because we launched our company in the middle of a pandemic. So it was not easy.
I know when we were in Dallas, we're like, oh, we were here. Let's just elbow.
We're just doing the elbows. It's weird, but the good thing is that things are slowly, getting to its normal thing.
All right. So Cliff's question has generated a question in my head for you. How many batches did you have to make before you finally hit this one where you said, oh yeah, this is it?
We made like, there were 3 small batches, and then we tasted the 3 of them, and then we did a blend. We tasted the 3 of them, and then we said like, okay, the 3 are great. Let's do a blend to see how like a bigger production will look like.
Mm-hmm.
And the final product was amazing. So yeah, we did like the 3.
It still is amazing. What do you mean was?
Thank you. Well, it's still, but at that time.
I'm just playing with you. Friend who just moved to Dallas bought me my first bottle of Lalo when he first came back to Ohio to visit. Great friend. Thanks for making great tequila and being so friendly to people online. You rock. Eric is actually one of my moderators on Tequila Talk. So
that's amazing. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Eric's
it.
great. He's a Blanco lover, and I keep getting, when he has his friend from Texas that send him the Lalo, he's like, look what I got. Yeah, I finally got some. Yeah, you always talk about so much about it. I'm like, I'm glad you got some. Enjoy it. Just don't like pop the top and then half the bottle's gone. Don't drink it so fast. And it doesn't last if you do.
Yeah.
I also appreciate Lalo interacts with the customers on social media. Great way to connect with everyone and show your appreciation for their business. A very incredible tequila you are making. I agree. And we're very pleased. If you guys aren't into the Tequila Talk Facebook group, is that the only Facebook group? Are you only in my group or are you in other groups too? I better not hear you in other groups.
Me?
I want you for myself. Yeah.
Well, I'm in a Texas tequila group.
Oh, okay. Texas. So. That's fine. They don't count.
So. Yeah.
If you guys aren't in Tequila Talk, you can come into Tequila Talk on Facebook. That's my group. I run it.
Great group.
It is a fantastic group. We don't let anybody be jerks to anybody. And everybody shares their love of tequila, no matter what kind it is. And we appreciate everybody, no matter what kind of tequila they drink. But we do try to educate you on the better brands like Lalo as well. And then anytime you post a picture of Lalo's tequila saying you enjoy it, he always pops in and says, thank you.
Yeah.
And he'll answer any questions, which we really, really love about him. He's awesome that way. All right. Do they sell this in Michigan? No, they do not. Not yet. But you can buy it online.
Yeah.
It's true. Yes. Everything that I say is true. I am not a liar. I'm drinking El Tesoro Añejo tonight, but really wish it was. Yeah, I know. It's
great brand. El Tesoro is a great brand and well-made tequila.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're, I love the products that come out from the, from La Alteña. So yeah, it's a great product.
Matter of fact, when I go to Mexico, you're going to come with me to visit some of these other distilleries, right? And meet some of these other maestros. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm going to introduce you to Felipe and to Carlos, and we'll introduce you to some really good ones. Even Ana Romero Mena. Have you met her yet?
Not yet, but
okay.
Like all of them, they're like masterminds in this business. So I'll be, glad to meet them.
Dude, we are going to be like the party crew in Mexico. We're going to Mexico is not going to know what hit them with us hitting all these distilleries. And even Tony Saez is like, come on down and hang out with us. We'll party. I'm like, okay, we'll go drink some El Tequileño all day long.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Also El Tequileño, great brand.
Oh, it's a great brand. And Tony's great.
Yeah, it is.
We'd have a great time with him. What are some of the things you look for in a good tequila? So there you go. When you drink, so let's say your Lalo isn't available around. What would you look for and what would you drink as a tequila if you walked into a restaurante or a bar and we're looking for a tequila to drink?
I will say, and that's a great question. I will say that I will go for a Highland tequila. Not because I'm saying that they're better than the Valley. It's just because supporting the people from there is important to me. And I will choose a product from El Pandillo or La Alteña.
Carlos or Felipe?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, both of them make great stuff. Carlos is Felipe is also like part of my family. I love El Pandillo.
I'll be glad to meet him as well.
Oh, I know you messaged me and said that you'd like to meet him after I did my interview with him. Yeah. He's a special person in my life. When my family caught COVID, besides myself, and my wife and daughter had it, I got a video message from him. He actually video called me, and so on Messenger, and sent his love and stuff to my wife and daughter. And I was talking to him, and he sent his love to me, and he gave his hugs, and I just, I love the man. I love everything he does. He knows it. I've always told him that. And so when we go, we have an open invitation to hang out with him and his son Alan and Luis at El Pandillo. So you are definitely welcome to join us.
I'll be honored. There. Thank you.
Yeah, and
it seems like he's a great guy. So
he is. Just to understand though, when he starts going off on a tangent, he can be very salty. Okay, so just understand that.
I'll be good. I'll be good.
All right. Did they sell this? Where are we now? What are some of the things you look for? We already did that one, right? Yeah, hit the like, y'all. I agree. Hit the like, hit the
Oh,
subscribe. We're putting some good content out for you guys. We always do, and we always appreciate. And I always tell it, all of you guys this, even when I have a bad cough. I always appreciate you guys coming and supporting the channel, watching, learning, commenting, and I'm always here to answer questions for you guys. You guys know that. Can we contact him on some? Absolutely. So
yeah.
Want to give out your digits?
my Facebook tag, it's Lalo Gonzalez. And my Instagram tag, it's Lalo Gonzalez G. As Gonzalez, Lalo Gonzalez G. So look for me, and I'll be glad, to answer any question. Please feel free. I always answer. Probably like not right away, but I'm just trying to keep it up with the questions and everything. So yeah, I'll be glad to have you guys on my social media, and follow us as well in Lalo Tequila Instagram account. David, my business partner, he managed the Instagram account. So it's very cool because he has this idea of showcasing the destinations in Mexico, cool destinations there, and it's kind of like a lifestyle account. So follow us, please.
Sorry, the reason why I'm laughing is this guy wants to come and visit me with my 480 tequilas. Just as long as you don't touch the Lalo, you can help yourself to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Cliff says Mark does a great job of showing us which tequilas we need to try. I try to, I really do.
He does, yeah.
And it's sometimes it gets interpreted the wrong way, and I apologize to those that do. But my intentions are always good, and I always try to help brands like Lalo, and Lalo knows it and appreciates it, as well as I try to keep telling him.
Thank you so much.
There's Jim the beginning. You said that earlier, so you already know he said that. Trying to get Lalo shipped into Ohio. Good job, good try. Because Ohio is regulated by the state. It is a state-controlled liquor area, so you'll have to order.
Yeah,
online.
we're working on our expansion, but meanwhile, you can order it through our website, lalospirits.com. So yeah,
and they will ship it
probably
Ohio.
this year. We will be working on California and probably New York, but yeah, we're working on that. We're trying
California first.
Yeah, it will be first.
Gonna hold you to it, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep bugging you. I'm until it's on ferment and still. I am not gonna rest.
So my business partner it's like looking at the same, like at the at the interview, so he knows it already.
Yeah, Jim, here, Jim, I'm talking to you right now. Make it happen for my site. No excuses, okay? Do I look like somebody you want to mess with? I'm a teddy bear. Don't worry about me, Jim. I'm not going to do that. All right. I don't like a lot of videos, but I click Marks as soon as I get here. We need to get him. Yes! 100,000 subscribers would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I put so much work and energy into this, but we're talking about Lalo today, not me. We can talk about the 100,000 subscribers on Monday during the Q&A. All right, I got a new follow today, which is great. Lalo, you're humble, genuine, and have a great sense of humor to your family and culture, and you're a great tequila master. Oh my God!
Thank you.
Wow, look at
Thank you, Greg. Thank
you're
you
blessing.
So much. It's an honor. It's just an honor for me.
And you're married, right?
I'm married. I'm in Mexico. We have the legal wedding and the religious one. We just did the legal wedding, and we are doing our religious one in October. So I'm half
Greg,
married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's my wife.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I
Regina,
love you, baby.
bienvenido. Bienvenida. Bienvenida. Bienvenido.
Bienvenida.
Bienvenida.
Yeah.
Mucho gusta. Very glad to meet you, Regina. I'm glad that you can tune in and listen to me have fun with your husband.
Best.
Yeah, no shipping. Did they ship to Michigan, right? You guys will ship to Michigan?
I don't think so. There
No?
are regulations for the shipping from Florida. We have our e-commerce warehouse in Florida. So I'm not sure if Michigan it's available. I have to look for it. If it's available, I'll let you know.
We ship to Michigan. So if he gets the product to us like he's promised, I can get it to you in Michigan.
Okay.
And I promise you that. I got lots of orders that are going to Michigan right now. So now C Spell 99 is going to Texas. So he's already packed his bags. He's jumping on a flight and he's on his way.
Great state.
I'm so CC says he's so glad he's a Blanco fan. Yeah, so am I. You know, I wasn't a Blanco fan originally, but now
agave forward tequila as well.
Yeah, now I am. Cliff says he has a cousin who lives in Texas. Well, you better hit her up and say, hey, grab me some Lalo, put it in a box and ship it to me, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, we're available in Specs. We're available at the Twin Liquors as well, which is our like big, chain liquor stores. So
C-Spill says you're mastering a craft, which I do agree. You are definitely doing that. He says you ship to Florida, and it's in Florida, Cliff. You order it, it'll be there like the next day.
Yeah, you can order it. You're going to order it from our website.
Yeah, they ship it from Florida. So it's like next day delivery for you, bud. Congratulations. Cliff's the lucky one. California, it takes 3 days. Population of Aspen and Vail, Colorado combined is less than 10,000. How long will it's going to take to release it to Denver? I'm okay with driving an hour to get it versus 4 hours. So,
okay, we're working on that. Yeah, we're working. Robert, I'm so sorry. We're working on that. Denver, it's a great city, like the biggest one in Colorado, and they love agave as well. So yeah, we're working on our expansion. The good thing is that we're in Colorado, the state, so it's just a matter of us being there, telling the story to start spreading our product into Denver.
So you go into your favorite store, Robert, in Denver, and you say to them, please order Lalo Tequila. And who's the distributor in Denver or in Colorado for you?
It's RNDC. So
RNDC. Okay. So just tell them to order it from RNDC and they can get it for you. Even the store in Colorado Springs, you can say, hey, RNDC carries it.
That will be very helpful. Like people asking for our product in different, liquor stores, that help us to spread, the word.
Well, that's what people don't understand. And they ask about this all the time. It's like, oh, well, it's not in my area. Well, it's in your state. All you have to do is ask the stores to order it for you.
Yeah.
And you'll get it in your area. The distributor distributes it throughout the entire state.
Yeah. The good thing is that we are on the state. So
RNDC, just remember, just go to your local liquor store and say, look, if you want me coming in here and spending my hard-earned money in your liquor store, you best be picking up the phone and calling RNDC and telling them you want to order some Lalo. And as soon as you do, I will buy every bottle that you buy here, okay? And they will order it for you. Trust me, they will. I don't want to hear any excuses, Robert. You know me. I don't want to have to dress you in the group again. Just do it.
Thank you, though, Robert.
I love messing with Robert. He's so fun. He actually was just a YouTube viewer, and he joined Facebook just to be part of my Tequila Talk group. So I enjoy playing with him a little bit. He's kind of fun. So, all right. So he wrote down Lalo's website. Thank you, Yay Cliff. Write it down. Order it. You're in Florida, so you're gonna get it like next day. So you got nothing to complain about. California in June. There, Jim. Jim.
So then we have.
What?
Now we have
March, April, May, 3 months? Jim, you can do better than that. Come on. I can ship all around the country for you guys, even Michigan, where you guys don't ship right now. I can get it to Michigan for you. Get it to California sooner.
So in June, California in June.
Oh, Jim, I'm disappointed. We're gonna have a talk. The popular, we already did this one. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, what is one of your fondest memories with your grandpa? Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. He was a hard worker, and I always remember when I was arriving to his home, he was watching TV, and then I sat down with him. And it's funny because he always had the same, story about like a particular story to tell, and he didn't remember that he always was telling the same the same story. But I always remember that he had this expression, and he always was telling the people that doesn't work, like the how do you say it in English? I'm sorry, but I don't have the exact same word. But when you say, he was saying that people that doesn't work hard, lazy people, lazy people, mm-hmm. and dumb people, God doesn't help them. It was like a hard worker guy that he started working as a janitor in a distillery when he was 7, and then 10 years later he bought his first distillery when he turned 17.
He bought his first distillery at 17?
Yeah, with a loan.
Oh wow!
In 1942, actually.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, Don Julio 1942, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he had this, always he was telling it to the lazy people and the dumb ones, God doesn't help them. So just you have to work hard.
That was kind of straight to the point and kind of brutal. I mean,
yeah.
Jim, you're just the bearer of. There you go. Rob, you're going to get it before I do in Denver, all right? Jim, you just better stop it with the comments. I'm just going to ban you or something. It's bad news. I better get it before Robert does. Oh, my God. What does the tequila I drink in Mexico always taste better than the States version? I don't think that it tastes better. The difference with the Mexican product, right? It's the proof. Yeah. So the most common proof in Mexico, or the ABV in Mexico, 38. Right?
38.
Yeah.
So you can have tequilas in Mexico from 35 to 55 ABV, and in the US you get it from 40 ABV to 55, I guess, as well.
110 is the highest tequila.
110. So I would say
that's the CRT's regulations though on tequila. For 110, they have bourbons that are higher than 110 here in the US.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, it's just a matter of the alcohol and the product. But if it's a good tequila, you don't taste the alcohol. You taste, the agave or the flavor profile that it's on it.
So, C-Spill wants to know, what's the tequila hombre discount?
We have to work on that, but probably in fermented still we can do it.
We'll work out something really good. For ferment and still members, because Lalo, like a lot of other people, support exactly what I'm doing and appreciate that we would want to have his tequila, even though Jim doesn't make us a priority. Thank you, Jim.
He is the best.
I've never met Jim, and I don't like him already.
He is the best. He's the sweetest. I'm the. I feel so lucky to have both Jim and David as my business partners.
Oh, hold on. The tequila police.
Jim, get it into California and do it now, or we're going to get medieval on you.
The tequila police had to jump in and say something. So, Lalo, you sound like a great guy. Best wishes and good luck to you and your continuing tequila journey. Yeah, we all agree. You are
Cliff.
an amazing person. I am honored to call you a friend, and
Thank you.
I look forward to really, even though your wife is watching this, we're gonna get drunk together and just have a good time roaming Mexico and
There's nothing bad
distilleries.
about getting us drunk, so no worries.
Okay, so and I'll make sure he doesn't do anything he's not supposed to. Okay, I'm a married man too. I've got a wife that will beat my if I did something that I wasn't supposed to. So we won't get in trouble or get arrested, but we'll have a good time. I promise you.
We will.
All right, so he says we'll be all over Colorado this summer, so we're so excited. There you go, Jim. Jim is excited for Colorado. Wrong state, Jim. God. Manuel says hello. You're a little late to the party, bud. Jim, thank you. I look forward. Robert's looking forward to Colorado. All right, so here we go. Okay, guys, he sold him. Ubaldo just did it. He just made his buy. Purchased his bottle of Lalo's website. Excited to try it. You got to let us know what you think, Ubaldo.
Ubaldo, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. As I always tell the people that buys Lalo, thank you.
Ubaldo's great. He's on he comes and comments on all of my episodes. He's fantastic, and he appreciates good tequila, so I know he's going to love his Lalo. So nice to hear from the makers. Thank you both. Hey, you're welcome, David. I try to get them all on here. You know, we've had some great makers, including Lalo here. So you guys can hear from them directly and not have to deal with, the tequila Nazis and such that are full of misinformation in some of these Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Lalo, thanks for sharing your story. I have 2 bottles arriving to me in Arizona on Friday. Can't wait. Love the classy, simplistic style and overall presentation of the brand. One more vote for the high proof.
Thank you so much, Rafa.
Should we tell him the secret? Should we tell him the secret? You guys, I'm getting some of the high proof.
I'll be sending you a sample.
I will be getting a sample of the high proof, and I will do a review of it. I will let you guys know about it, because that way it'll encourage Lalo to put out a high proof Blanco for us. How about that? It's 110 right out of the still for me, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes. There's parts of me that are so happy right now. I can't even talk about it because it wouldn't be rated PG. So without giving away your secret, can you comment on what the most important factors are that differentiate you from other makers? So what do you think differentiates your Blanco from, say, Carlos or Felipe or anybody else?
It's hard to name just one thing. Like tequila is kind of like a recipe that has a lot of steps involved. It starts with agave that you're using, and then the cooking process, and then the honeys that you gather from the cooking process, and then the fermentation process if you're doing in open air fermentation tanks. But I will say that probably the yeast, it's one of the most important components of a tequila, and then how you do the cuts on the distillation process as well. So it's hard to name just one, because like every single tequila has its own recipe or production process. But I will encourage you to do side tastings, and with tequilas from the valley and tequilas from the Camarenas and Lalo, and I'm probably putting there kind of like a bad reputation tequila just for you to taste the difference between well-made tequila and a tequila that probably it's not well-made.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Jim, my bottle's like almost halfway done here, bud. Jim, are you listening? Are you listening, Jim? Okay, he's listening. All right, so good.
Okay.
I'm glad he's listening. Darn. All right. So JD says that with except for Eric, who had a bottle shipped to him from Texas, Cincinnati is heartbroken for the moment. Does LaloSpirits.com ship this to Ohio? You guys do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
JD, you can order online, dude. Buy 2 bottles. It's shipping's free. Score. I hooked you up, bro. I told you I would. There you go. Oops. I always hook my bros up. What can I say? And my girls. They know who they are. All right. Thank you, Jim, as well. Look, JD. Look a suck up. Jim's not part of the show.
He's an important character here.
I'm just playing with Jim. I've never met the guy, but
he's awesome.
He's becoming a legend right now. So is there anything, what do you drink other than tequila besides coffee, right?
I drink a lot of coffee, actually.
Yeah, I figured you did.
I drink a lot of coffee. To be honest, I like beer. I will have just one beer and then my tequila. Wine as well, white wine.
What is your favorite brand of beer? Is it Modelo Negro, or is it something else?
It's Modelo Especial.
Oh, Especial. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the Modelo Negro. When I go to Mexico, that's all I drink.
Modelo. Yeah, it's a great beer.
It's great. Yeah. Does Lalo ship to Chicago? Yeah, you guys do, right?
Yeah.
You can definitely get it in Illinois. Mark reached his buzz point. Not yet. Not yet. Normally my buzz point on a bottle of Lalo is like right here.
On the barcode.
On the barcode. Once it hits the barcode, danger Will Robinson. I drink way too much to have it hit me at that low of a level. So my alcohol tolerance, not that I should brag about that, is higher than most people. Are you available in Kentucky? I was a bit late to the chat. You can have it shipped to Kentucky if you order online. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ship to P.O. Box though, like you asked me about that one thing. So
available on our e-commerce, not yet on premise or on off premise, not yet, but on our e-commerce. I'm pretty sure that we are.
LaloSpirits.com. Just remember that. Everybody remember that. LaloSpirits.com. Go visit it now. Get your orders in. Order 2 bottles. Shipping's free. Yes, I know, right? Didn't I tell you at the beginning? It's like you open a bottle, all of a sudden it's like next thing you know, you're halfway done and you're going, did I drink that much? What happened? It disappears. Seriously,
it disappears. So good. It goes down easy, very easy.
My glass is empty, so there's more disappearing from this bottle. There, look, now, like I told you, I popped this open when Lalo joined me here like 5 minutes before the show started. So it literally goes down so easy, so delicious, so fast. You don't get tired of the taste or anything on it. It disappears. So the 375 milliliter bottles are not going to be for me because I'm just going to look at it and go, yeah, no.
Probably you will need a liter.
I'll need a liter. Yes, we need liter bottles. There you go. And you can watch Carlos Camarenas on my live feed where he talked about using liter bottles. He recommends them, so that might be another option.
That's an option for us as well. People is asking for them, so
you should do liter bottles. Just placed my order online. Looking forward to tasting it. Great, Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph.
Make sure you come back and you share on my review. Make sure you share what you think. I'd love to hear. We just did that one. Take that tequila. He gets mad because I pick on him. Guys, wonderful show tonight. As a relative newbie, I learned so much from Mark and guests like Lalo. Thank you. Hey, Cliff, we love having you as part of the Tequila Hombre family.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay.
Jim, I haven't even met you yet. Just wait. I love you too, bro. We're
That's
gonna meet
funny.
sometime.
Yeah.
I
we
had
should.
lunch with Lalo when I was in Dallas, and we had a great time. And my wife had to peel me away from our lunch, but Lalo knows he's considered part of my family, and I don't even know you. And Jim, you're welcome as well. I consider you part of my family as well. So,
Lalo family.
yes. C Spill says thank you, Lalo. Cheers, Lalo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is welcome to Lalo code for you guys. Oh, welcome to Lalo. What was code? Is that a
Code for
discount
our
code?
discount code for it's our discount code for lalospirits.com.
So if you guys go to lalospirits.com to order, type in welcome to Lalo as your code, and you get a special discount courtesy of the Tequila Hombre. I arranged it for you guys.
or like another way to get to our e-commerce site, it's shop.lalospirits.com.
Shop.lalospirits.com.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you for the discount code, bud. I love you even more now. But you still need to get to California. Yeah, thanks for the code. There you go. The code. Know the code. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's like jumping online to order right now. They're not even watching. Look, the amount of viewers on the show's gone down like 10. After watching multiple reviews and interviews, I got to buy me some Lalo. Another vote for the high proof. There you go. Norman is in for the high proof. I will definitely, when I get the sample, post a review of it. I'm sure I'm going to be speechless when I get it. On how good it is. Just looking forward to you got to order more than one, JB. Come on, you got to order a couple of bottles because the shipping's free, and if you use the welcome to Lalo code, which hopefully you did, you'll get a discount. So don't worry, Mark, every empty bottle has a
That's correct.
Mine makes me depressed because I'm like, oh man, because before I had to go to Texas or order it online to get it, and it takes like a week to get here to California. I'm like, oh, I gotta wait. Uh-oh. But I still have an autographed bottle, but that is my cherished bottle that even though I'm craving Lalo, I will not open that one because Lalo autographed it for me when we had lunch, and I made sure he autographed it for me, and it's on my treasured shelf with all of my treasures. Bend Over says, thank you, Jim McDermott. You're a hero now amongst the Tequila Hombre crew. I think you should be a guest here on the show every week now that everyone loves you. Just about Lalo.
Thank you,
Thank you for doing the interview. For Abel. Abel's great. He's fantastic. I love him. He's a good supporter of the Hombre. A lot of these sales you get tonight should make up for the discount code. Another vote for the high proof. More people are voting for the high proof. All right, just so we can get a tally of the votes, okay? If you guys want to see a Lalo high proof and would buy a Lalo Blanco high proof, comment I'm in right now so we can show Lalo how many people are interested in this high proof Blanco, okay? Comment I'm in, just I'm in, and I want to show him how many people want this high proof so we can get this thing moving when he wakes up tomorrow morning and heads to the distillery, okay? Comment I'm in right now. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's show them. I'm in. There you go. Oh, high proof. There you go. High proof. I'm in. For Rudy. I'm in. I'm in for JD. I'm in. I'm in. Dude.
Wow.
Lalo. Oh, I've reached 100 votes. I'm in. I look. This comment stream is filling up with people saying I'm in. All right. So I don't think it should be a idea anymore. Open the door. There you go. JD says, knock, knock, open the door. Let us in with the high proof. I'm busy ordering awesome stuff. I know Greg says he's ordering it, but he wants the high proof. They're in. Jim, are you paying attention, my friend? Look at this.
I'm running. Okay, let me see.
I tell you what. Why don't we do this? This would be exciting. Why don't we do a batch of high proof for the Tequila Barrel Collective, just for the Tequila Barrel Collective to start? I can send it all around the country for you guys through my store and through my group. And we'll just do one single batch, see how it does, see what people's reactions are, and then we can go from there. What do you think?
Let me just talk about that. That's a great idea. We can probably we can do the 110. Okay, yeah.
Jim says it. Okay.
And yeah, that will be that will be amazing, to have an exclusive product for you guys.
That would be awesome. The collective would love it. That's the kind of stuff that we really focus on, is bringing some of these really special things to agave lovers, aficionados all around the country. You guys wouldn't have to worry about, seriously, you wouldn't have to worry about it being sold, because I would sell the whole pallet for you.
Okay.
The whole
Thank
batch.
you.
Seriously, the whole batch would go. We take the whole batch and I will sell it. It'll be gone.
We will work on that, Mark, as well.
I don't want to hear just we'll work on that.
We will. We will
make it happen. Jim, do I have your word from Jim that you will make it happen?
Just pre-order.
See, I can do a pre-order on Ferment and Still. I can start taking people's orders. I can pay you for the batch before you even do it. That's how confident I am that I will sell the whole thing.
That's amazing. Thank you, Mark.
Just make the batch for them. This is the tequila police. You need to do it and do it now.
There you go.
I don't know what he's thinking about. It's pretty much a done deal, so just make the thing for him, and the whole agave collective will take it.
That's awesome.
You're upsetting my characters. You don't want to do that. So
yeah, I don't want to do that for sure.
Order too early in the session. How do I get the? The promo code is welcome Lalo. Welcome Lalo. Or welcome to Lalo.
Welcome to Lalo.
Welcome to Lalo. Robert's a big agave. He emails me all the time, so I know him. There you go. Whoa, Jim. Everyone's going to be like, Jim is like a rock star. Of course I put him on the spot. He's a friend of mine. I can do that. He knows I love him. Peer pressure. Exactly. What better way, right? Everyone's in. Like, even Bernie from Washington is in. All right? As your friend, I'm asking you.
Yeah. We will make it happen.
I love that. I don't love the we'll try. No. I love we will make it happen.
We will make it happen.
I love that. I love you. And I know that it will be all the rave. It'll be everything that everyone is talking about.
We love you, Mark.
Because that's what I do, right?
We love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much.
I love you. I haven't even met Jim, and I kind of love him too. So
he's awesome. He's the sweetest. And David as well. I
take your word for it because I trust you. You're part of our family, like I told you. And Lalo reminds me of my brother. So he is down to earth. He's very down to earth, and he's easy to embarrass with just compliments. You just compliment him. He turns all red and stuff, and he's like, gets all shy, and it's great. Thanks, Lalo, for being a great guest. I'm not drunk. Come on, Cliff.
No, thank you, guys. It's amazing.
Hey, Jim, thank you so much for saying that. It's pure passion, and Lalo knows that. We spent an hour and a half probably at lunch talking and sharing our agave stories and our passions with each other. I appreciate that. And everything that I'm doing for you, joking around with you and stuff, is done out of love and out of passion, and the fact that I want to share as much as I can about Lalo and his beautiful Blanco with everybody that I possibly can. And people always ask me, they go, are you shilling for Lalo? Do you get paid to promote them? And no, Lalo, we let people know, what do you pay me to shill your brand?
No, thank you. Thank you,
How much
Mark.
have you paid me? Have you paid me anything? Zero. It's done because I appreciate what he does, how he does it. And I love drinking this stuff. I mean, honestly. So he doesn't pay me anything. I don't get paid to shill this stuff. Like more people are Jim, are you paying attention?
Yeah, I know that. I prove it's still Blanco.
Yeah. Keep saying amazing things to Lalo. He does get embarrassed. Jim knows you too well as well.
Yeah, he's my brother.
Well, I'm glad you only laughed several times. I was hoping you'd laugh more than several, Cliff. Cliff was the guy that asked Felipe Camarena if he's going to change the name of G4 because he didn't think it was a good name. And yet G4 was named after his kids and his, fourth generation of tequila makers, his sons.
It's a great meaning for him. So why changing it?
Talk about insulting a master tequilero, right? Are you going to rename your tequila so people can better understand it? It's like, it's named after my sons, you idiot. I'm joking. Cliff knows I'm joking with him. But I was just like, oh no, don't. No,
it's important for him. So
yeah, it's his next generation.
Why changing it?
It's
yeah.
All right. So I'm not going to ask Lalo to change. Good.
Okay. Thank you.
It's to honor his father. You better not.
Yeah, my father was Lalo as well, so I'm honoring him with his name on the label.
Well, we've gone an hour and 42 minutes here, hour 45 minutes. Lalo, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you, Mark, for your time.
Taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Appreciate it.
Jim, I thank you for being a sidekick and somebody that I could pick on. So I don't have to do any pressure or anything to Lalo himself.
Yeah.
He ordered 4 bottles from Greg. Good job. And I think you should send a bottle to me just for Greg, doing this episode. I think a $1 payment or 1 bottle payment isn't a bad thing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and doing this. I know Mark. I've been bugging you for like 6 weeks to come on.
Oh, and thank you for waiting on me. Thank you.
I'm always a patient person for good things. So
thank you.
I'm hoping I don't have to be very patient for the high proof Blanco to offer that to the collective. So let's keep in touch about that.
Yeah.
Was literally, I mean, what typically is the size of the batch you do? How many liters?
It depends on the ovens. But if we do 20, like a 40 tons of agave, we can do 5,000 liters.
So 5,000 liters. So we're probably looking at about 110 cases or so.
Yeah, like a pallet.
Yeah. I could sell a whole pallet for you.
Okay. So we will make it happen, Mark.
For the G4 108 proof Blanco, we sold 110 cases of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I can do that for you. I mean, people will snatch it up. I know I could sell it.
Thank you.
And my store will take the whole pallet. So you just would have to send it to RNDC and we'll negotiate the price and we'll work out a good deal or whatever. And then I would love to offer it to the entire country for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm always here for you. So anytime you have a question or need something, PM me, message me or whatever.
You too as well.
I appreciate that. I do. So we're going to say our final goodbyes. Tough skin. Oh, Jim. JD says, Lalo, Jim and Mark, thank you. You're welcome. So welcome. Lalo, thank you again. Hey, Jim, thank you for coming in and being a sidekick. We appreciate it. And I'm glad you have Mark. A tough skin. Thank you guys. Wonderful. Thanks, Cliff. Great episode. Gracias. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Norman, thank you as well. Thanks for coming in and being part of this tonight. Salute to you as well, Cliff. You know, life is too
Salud.
short to drink bad tequila, right? And gracias por entrevista. Que tengas buenas noches, which is thank
Buenas
you for
noches a
something.
todos.
Have a good night. But I don't know what does he say thank you for? What's entrevista?
Entrevista, it's interview.
Interview. Okay. Thank you for the interview. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Abel, I appreciate that. And I think we should end this. You know my signature ending, right, Lalo?
Sorry?
You know my signature ending, right?
No.
Oh, come on. Really? And you say you watch my reviews and stuff?
Yeah, I watched quite a few.
Okay, pick up your glass.
Okay.
And like I always say, life is too short to drink.
Yeah, life is too short to drink bad tequila.
Salud.
Salud. Thank you so much, Mark.